He's a former Buckeyes great and now a college football Hall of Famer. And don't forget about his 13 years of NFL experience playing for the Eagles, Dolphins, Jets, and the New England Patriots.
Watch for the great block by Keith Byars on Pepper Johnson. Bam! Right there. Byars just nailed it.
He's Dayton's own Keith Byars. It's the Keith Byars Show, presented by Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken on Dayton's home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, 1410 ESPN Radio.
Welcome. You listen to the Keith Byars Radio Show, presented by Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken. I'm hearing that Buckeye music in the background. I know football season is right around the corner, and that song's Drive Team Cross, down the field. That's Buckeye Battle Cry song. I love that song. Also, I just get a little distracted there. Phone number, again, is 937-457-9464. Or you can hit me on my Twitter account also at KAB41. Wow, big week ahead. I mean, we got the NBA Finals tonight. I got a special guest. I'm going to introduce him in a moment. But, guys, we're still, even though we're doing better here in Dayton, we're doing better here in Ohio, we're still in the midst of coronavirus. So still continue to take care of yourself. Wear your mask. If you're not vaccinated, get vaxxed up, get your shots, all that stuff. Black lives do matter. That's just not a slogan. That is a movement. So can continue to stamp out systematic racism one person at a time. And that starts with you, that starts with me, that starts with all of us. Just do the right thing and in that kind of thing. But I have a special guest here. I promoted somewhat on my social media last night and this morning. I think everybody knows who I'm talking about. This guy really needs no introduction. All I got to do is tell you he's a Dayton Public Schools, graduate from Kaiser High School. He went down the road and played some basketball at University of Miami. Left their all-time leading scorer. You guys need any more clues who I'm talking about? He also was the number 8th pick overall in the 1986 draft for the Cleveland Cavaliers. You done? Do I need to? Okay, I was just going to say this. He's got five fingers? There, he got 5 fingers, and he got a ring for each finger. And I'm talking about none other than Dayton's own Ron Harper. How you doing today, Harp?
Doing great, my man, KB.
Good. So we're going to talk. This show's going to be a little different. I got a co-host. So Harper's not even on the phone. He's here live in person. So he's in Dayton, Ohio. He gets back more often than a lot of people know. He kind of, reminds me of when we were both in the league. I would come home for like 3 weeks in the summer. And no one would ever like, man, when do you come home? I said, I come home and see my family. And I'm at the golf course. And then I'm back at the family. And then I go to bed, and then I repeat. So if I don't see you somewhere between those stops, it's not personal. So
it's definitely never personal.
It's never personal.
One thing I learned in this phase, Keith, you can never make everybody happy. The reason I come home is see my family. When my mom was here, come home, hang out with her, and just spend time with them. I see my friends. I see Keith. I see Mr. Mims. I see guys that I went to school with.
Mr. Mims is running for mayor, by the way.
Mr. Mims running for mayor.
Jeff Mims.
Jeff Mims. We get out and vote Dayton for Mr. Mims. And so, it's nothing personal about not being seen. It's a personal part of being safe and being around the people that you care about.
Absolutely. And that is always important to be in that. But just on a quick side note, if you guys don't know, Ron Harper is a heck of a cornhole player. Just so you cornholers out there. And I guess I had, Ron whipped me so bad a couple years ago, I had to sneak and buy me a cornhole to have in my backyard. So we played Sunday night. We played Sunday night. So I had to show you, I had to hit a couple of 3-pointers right in there. I said, see, Ron, I have been practicing because I was terrible a couple of years ago. So I'm not at Harper's level yet, but I'm sneaking up on you.
Sneaking up on me, Keith.
Yes. So let me give you the phone line because anybody feel free to call in, or you'll just hear us just riff for the next hour. That's 937-457-9464. Because this is what we do. We, when me and Ron get together, we talk about old times, and we talk about current times. We talk about what's going to happen in the future. So I'm going to start the show off like that. We're going to talk about some of the old times. people don't know. I'm gonna let you tell the story, Ron. Ron played football in high school.
I attempted to play football.
He attempted to play.
What happened was I was on a soccer team my first 3 years of high school. My friends were playing football. So my senior year, I decided to play football. Just for the fun of it.
Just to be out there with the guys.
Be out there with my friends. Last year high school, who knows what can happen. So Rolf with Keith was the man. They were beating the public schools by like 35 to 45 points, like blowing everybody out. So we get Keith them the last game of the year. I mean, it's nice, big Friday night game at Walker Stadium's crowded, packed house. It's on. So it was 14-0 with about one something going to game. So we had a goal line stance playing. I was playing strong safety at 175 damn pounds.
I was 225.
So we stopped them 3 down. So now they're 4th and 1, and they run a sweep. Man, I step in that hole. I've been hitting Keith all game. I'm like, man, I'm going to get him right here, boy. I filled that hole. I got down. I looked at Keith Byars. He was coming around that end like a freight train. Choo, choo. I'm like this. Oh, I'm going to get him. I'm going to hit him. Man, he got right by my chest with his helmet. And I did a Olay.
It was a matador.
I got out the way. And so we went to the sideline, and my football coach go, what happened? Why you didn't hit him? I said, basketball season start first day tomorrow, coach. I'm good.
You made a good business decision right there.
Like Prime Time said, it was a business decision.
It's a business decision.
Ain't nothing personal.
And look how that turned out.
It turned out perfect.
Turned out perfectly. When we played, like Ron, we played football against each other. We also played basketball. People, and I posted a picture on social media of me on the basketball court with Ron, back at our senior year in high school. But our junior year, Ron's first year at Kaiser, that was the year we won the state my junior and senior year. But my junior year basketball team was better than my senior team. They were both state champions. But Ron, was making a name for himself at Kaiser. And we was like, man, Ron he's improved. He's come out of nowhere. He's just balling out. And my job on our Rolf team was to be the enforcer, to be the hustle guy, not the scorer, just do whatever has to, do all the dirty work. Ron comes down into the middle of the paint, Sky looking like Michael Jordan, pre-Michael Jordan. He comes in there, and I had to be like Rick Mahorn and Charles Oakley. Bad boy. That was a bad boy. I put Ron on the floor very hard. I got 5 fouls. I mean, I could use one on Ron. I put his jump. What's your coach? What's the height?
Neil Reichert.
Boy, he jumped off that bench. It was all in the referee's ear. He's real football out there. That's our franchise player. He's knocking him. He's not too rough. Harper just got up and took that little hard foul I put on him. We just kind of laughed like, hey, man, I just got to do it. Coach Haley has me. This is my job. I can't let you have a uncontested 2.
That's part of the game. Listen, growing up in Dayton, Ohio, playing with the old heads like a Frankie Sanders, a Dwight, a Eric Love, a Eric Bradley, Dan Hughes, some other great big mans, Daryl Anthony Martin. You learn when you go on that paint to protect yourself.
Yes.
Because you're going to get it.
You're going to get it. You're going to foul you, and we're going to foul you hard.
You're going to get it. You're going to get a hard foul. So just get up, make it 2 foul shots, and keep playing.
And, and that's that's what we loved about old school basketball, because like some of those names you mentioned, when we were growing up watching them playing and playing with them, they wouldn't allow you on the court.
No.
If you complained about getting fouled hard, it was like, man, you better go home and let your mom wipe your nose or something. But you're not going to be out here with us. It's tough out here. It's a different game.
And you got to wait till like the last 2 games to play, just so they could see that you could play for the next time they start playing. Then you get picked a little earlier, but you had to pay your dues first.
Yeah, that's a good question. You just reminded me of the rite of passage, because you remember you used to go to to the court. They don't know you yet because you're just a young fella. You trying to make a name. Who got next? So check with him. Then you're like, man, I done waited 5 games before I can even get a next. And then you go out there, you play, you establish yourself. Then eventually, when you show up on the court, they see you. Hey, man, you want to play with us?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can recall we used to run up to a park in Jefferson Township where everybody used to play. It was a big park. Everybody just come up there and play at like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. It'd be 2 basketball courts. It'd be like 30, 40 guys trying to play. If you win, you stay. If you lose, you got to wait and, see what court you going to. And after like a month, I get like probably the last 2 games, and then finally I start to move up to the 4th or 5th, the 3rd game. Now I'm getting picked, and everybody like, man, this kid can play now. So you got to pay your dues.
Yes.
Ain't nobody give you nothing easy in life.
No, not at all. I mean, and that's a good feeling when you show up at the court. They like know you. Oh yeah, he got to get. Oh, dude over there, he can play. He can play with us. Or then before that, you're like, you got next, or how many guys you got? Well, I got 2. Well, can I be one of your 3? Well, if they lose, I'm gonna pick him. And if they lose, I'm gonna get them 2. I'm like,
the White Anderson never had to wait. Frankie Sanders never had to wait.
Donald Smith,
Butch Carter never had to wait. Never. We had to pay our dues.
We had to pay our dues, and that's okay. It's
fine.
Yeah. So. Now, Ron, you had a great, high school career. It should have been greater if some of the guys would have recognized your talents earlier. So now it comes time to choose a college. And I know we know where you chose. We know you chose to go to the,
3 stories I got to tell you.
Miami.
And 3 stories.
You got time. I'm going to step out the way.
3 stories. So the first story was when Miami, Ohio first came. My high school coach went to Miami of Ohio. I grew up watching Donald Smith, Johnny Davis at University of Dayton play Miami, and they used to play on TV all the time. I was like, I want to be a part of that rivalry someday, I hope. So when Miami of Ohio came down there, and my coach went to school there, they came into our school and said, hey, we are from Miami, and I'm thinking Miami, Florida, because I grew up in the cold all my life. I want to go somewhere warm. First story. Second story was the day I was going to sign to go to Miami of Ohio. Don Honaher and his coaching staff knocked on my house door, and they didn't recruit me at all.
Dayton Flyers didn't recruit
me out. Roosevelt Chapman was there. Cedric Tony, I know, growing up as a kid. They had a lot of guys I knew. So I'm thinking, right state coach, whatever his name is, Hill, came to my high school and told my coach I wasn't good enough to play for him. I told him he should go ask his best player because I bust every time I see them on the court. So that was that story. But Don heard them knock on my door, him and his coaching staff. My mom said, come on, being nice and courtesy. Donna Hurst said, why don't you go to a junior college for 2 years and then transfer here? They signed a kid by the name of Ed Young with 6'7". I guess we play the same position. So he said, you go to junior college, come back in 2 years, transfer in, you can play right away then. I looked at him, I said, I can't wait to Miami, Ohio play y'all. He said, why? I'm going to bust y'all ass every time I see y'all. And so the first time we came home to play, you get booed.
So he thought you were going to pass up a 4-year scholarship
to Miami, Ohio to go to a junior college
for 2 years, then come back to the university.
Ed Young.
Okay.
So I expected to get booed when we came here my first time. My mom at the game, everybody at the game. They're not cheering. They're not booing. They're booing the uniform.
They're
booing the uniform, and they're probably booing me too. That's okay. I understand. Hey, Dayton Flyers was big back then. It's a great school. It's a great time, and I grew up here, so I can respect that. So we was playing, and Ed Young, he thought he could guard me. And I knew he fucking couldn't. So I went to the hole. I went past the rim, intentionally passed the rim, and everybody thought I could pass it, and I reached back with that right hand hawk dunk, and I mean, I hammer smashed it. I ran down the court, the crowd going, ooh. I raised my hand. Can y'all boo me more? Ooh, because this is fun.
And I'm gonna get to do this for the next 3 years on this guy. 3 years. Y'all get a good look at this. Well, we know how that. I mean, and I'm not hating on University of Dayton fans or anything like that, but look what you could have had. You could have had Ron Harper.
Born and raised in Dayton, Ohio.
Wanted to come.
I like the Flyers. I still respect the Flyers. They got a great head coach over there right now who played the same time as me. Good friend of mine. I talk to him all the time. So no hate on UD.
Right, gotcha. I understand. And I went to my first University of Dayton basketball game in 2019. All these years growing up here in Dayton, watching them, like you watching them on television. And then when I got in adulthood, I didn't live here anymore. Right. And I used to still always, follow University of Dayton, but I never went to watch them play in the UD Arena until 2 years ago. And I tell people that they couldn't believe, like, what? You never went to University of Dayton? I'm like, no, I just never did. I mean, I didn't have tickets growing up. Played in the gym in high school, yeah. They won. That's how I did get to see Obi Toppin.
Yeah. So. Good kid. I like him a lot. I worked with him the last couple of years at the Kobe Bryant skill camp. Good kid, respectful, work hard, love to play. I wish him the best in the NBA. I mean, it takes time to get your foot wet. And
I haven't watched a lot of him play this year, his rookie year. We're talking about Obi Toppin. But what I did see, I liked. But one thing, that the Knicks aren't playing team ball yet. I've seen him open a few times. They go over and stand in the corner and wait.
I think the problem with today basketball is they don't utilize the talent that the player has. You got to fit in whatever that they do. Obi Toppin is not a 3-point jump shooter. He's not a player who stands out there. He's a pick and roll, pick and pop, offensive rebounder, a pretty good defensive ball player. But you got to utilize. He's not a standstill jump shooter.
No, I mean, he can hit that shot 3 out of 10, but that ain't what he does.
That ain't what he do.
Right.
That ain't what he do.
Well, you almost kind of lead me into the NBA. We're going to get to the finals a little bit, but today's, some of my friends always tease me. They call me old school because you always want to compare things to the old game instead of the new game. And they say, I don't give the new guys enough credit. And I said, I do. I just can't lower the bar for what y'all want to call great. I know what greatness looks like. And if you're not jumping over the great bar, I'm not going to lower it. Say we was doing high jump and you got to jump 7 foot and now all of a sudden the bar is at 6 foot and you jump over the bar. I'm not going to call it a 7 foot high jump because that's not what greatness is. I know what greatness should be. I've seen it. I've been a part of it and I won't lower the bar. So something as you just said, that goes into the general managers. When in the head coaches, everybody has a philosophy. It should have a philosophy of what their team should look like. That means whatever your philosophy is, you should draft like-minded players. Bring in like-minded players that fit your system instead of making the player fit a system who doesn't fit. I mean, that just does not work. You have to bring in guys that's going to, like the Golden State Warriors, they like to shoot threes. They have 3-point shooters. You got Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, guys who can hit the three. They're not really big on big men playing post-up game. Mm-mm. So why would you bring in a post-up guy, and he can't score outside of, 8 feet? He doesn't really fit your system.
The Chicago Bulls was one of the greatest teams because they stuck with the triangle offense. This is what we know for the triangle offense. They had MJ, the great player, but he ran the triangle too. Scottie Pippen was a great player. Rodman was a rebounder, defensive player, ran the triangle. I came and fit in the triangle. Tony Kukoc, they didn't go out and change what they did. They just found guys who could fit into what they do. So when I was looking to sign as a free agent, I was going to go to New York Knicks.
Okay.
I had to deal with the Knicks done, but the Knicks told me we're going to wait because the news press is out of town with the
They won a press conference?
Back then.
Yeah, because it wasn't
all the hype. The game's all the hype. But they told me to wait. I said, okay. in my house Friday night. The Bulls called me, flew to Chicago. Next day at 7 a.m., met with Coach Phil, Jay Krause. They asked me, can I break the triangle down? I said, I play this triangle 6 times a year, sometimes 10, 11 times a year. So I broke it down, what it was, spacing, 3-man game on one side of the floor, 2-man game, other side, move, cut, move the basketball. That's like pretty smart. They said,
I defended it for 6 times a year.
Here. They said, we're going to give you a 5-year deal. I said, I'm in. And then MJ decided to come back, and then we had to take a new step because we play the same spot. And so Coach Phil asked me, can you play the point guard? I said, I played point guard some in high school, most of, some in school here and there. I think I can play the point. He said, well, I'm gonna start MJ at the 2, Sky at the 3, you at the point. Everything else went with history. We just loved to work hard and work as a team and practice. We knew who the best player on our team was. It wasn't like we had
no identity crisis.
No, it wasn't no identity crisis. We already knew. Listen, MJ is the smartest player you're ever going to know, because the first thing he will tell you is, I need you to get your game off first. Because if you scoring and doing what you're doing, they can't send 2-3 guys at me now. Now I'm free.
Right.
And everybody knew the last 5 minutes of the game where the ball was going to. I'm calling the plays. Phil calling the plays. We knew the
opponents are calling the plays.
Yeah, we knew.
I'm on my couch calling them.
We knew the spaces on the floor. We created spaces. We created mismatches. And if MJ didn't do his work, he swinging out. We make shots, and we just played.
Absolutely. Well, right there, I'm going to put a period there, and we're going to get back. I want to hear some more MJ stories. Definitely want to hear when you first went to Chicago with the call, and Michael Jordan called you during the summertime and told you what was going to happen over the summer. We'll pick that up later. Guys, you listen to the Keith Byars radio show with my co-host today, the great Ron Harper. Show is sponsored by Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken. We'll see you on the other side.
That chicken is good too, Lee.
It's the Keith Byars Show, presented by Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, right here on Dayton's home of the Buckeyes, 1410 ESPN Radio.
Enjoy a powerful business upgrade with Dell Technologies Black Friday and July event. Get amazing savings with up to 50% off high-performance computers and tech built for business, and be able to take your office with you with Windows 10 Pro. Plus, get great offers on Dell servers, monitors, docks, and more, all with easy financing options through Dell Financial Services. Call 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL, and speak to a Dell Technologies advisor today.
Research shows that people remember radio ads with repetition. So to help you remember that Liberty Mutual Insurance Company customizes your home insurance so you only pay for what you need, here's a repetitive ad. Okay. Research shows that people remember radio ads with repetition. So to help you remember that Liberty Mutual Insurance Company customizes your home insurance so you only pay for what you need, here's a repetitive ad. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty. Want to hear something amazing? Discover matches all the cash back you earn on your credit card at the end of your first year, automatically, dollar for dollar, with no limit on how much you can earn. Extra cash? Come on, how amazing is that? In fact, it's even more amazing when you realize all the places where Discover is accepted. 99% of places in the U.S. that take credit cards. So when it comes to Discover, get used to hearing yes more often. Learn more at discover.com/yes. 2021 Nielsen Report. Limitations apply.
Attention Class A CDL drivers. Looking to be more than just a number? Yoel Transportation in Dayton is looking for drivers with at least 1.5 years experience. Yoel has open positions for no-tarp flatbed drivers and no-touch regional or local van drivers. Yoel is ELD compliant and offers 401k with match, medical, dental, vision, holiday pay, vacation, safety bonuses, and now has a rider policy. Call Rick or Joe at 937-294-5933 and ask about the $5,000 sign-on bonus today.
I'm Joel Clark, a Select Quote agent, with a true story that could save you hundreds of dollars a year. A woman named Linda just called. Her husband, Ray, has a group life insurance policy, but is changing jobs and he can't take it with him. Well, I went to work and found Ray, who's 40 and takes medication to control his high blood pressure, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for only $19 a month. That's way more coverage for a lot less than what he was paying. If SelectQuote didn't shop for your life insurance, you're probably paying too much.
For your free quote and to find out how much you can save, call 1-800-885-9500. That's 1-800-885-9500. 1-800-885-9500. Or go to SelectQuote.com. Since 1985, we shop, you save.
Get full details on the example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials. Your premium could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents and Doug.
Check it out, Limu, a roadside carnival.
Step right up, folks. Test your strength. Come see the fire-breathing baby.
Let's fan out and tell people that Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance, so you only pay for what you need.
Look, an emu wearing sunglasses.
Limu, you're famous. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Did you know Cascade Platinum is so powerful you can load dirty dishes in the dishwasher without a pre-rinse?
More power, more clean. Cascade for your dishwashing machine.
That's right. Unlike other detergents, Cascade Platinum has 50% more cleaning power with enzymes that break down food particles. It even works in your dishwasher's quick wash cycle.
More power, more clean.
So skip the pre-rinse and switch to Cascade Platinum with 50%.
More power.
Polking Bowling Centers are your connection for family fun or a great night out with friends. Looking for the best venue for your upcoming event or party? Check out our VIP suite at Polking Lane South. It's a unique, state-of-the-art VIP 8-lane luxury suite. It's not too soon to book your holiday party. Call today and let the good times roll. Let us book your holiday event at any of our centers. Polking Lanes in Dayton on Wilmington Avenue, Polking Woodman Lanes in Kettering on Woodman Drive, or Polking Lane South in Centerville on Kingsridge Drive. Ho, ho, ho.
Don't overpay for glasses. Get 2 pairs and a free exam for just $69.95. That's not just a better deal. It's America's best. Book your exam online today.
In the Army National Guard, family means everything.
Our parents, they were really supportive that all 5 of us would join. I got my education because of the Guard. I got to travel a little bit and experience a whole different culture. It helped me get my job, helped me pay for my house.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard instills pride that you and your family will share. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about part-time service. Sponsored by the Ohio Army National Guard. Aired by the Ohio Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Hi, this is Eddie Sorrell, Body Shop Manager at Germain Honda of Beaver Creek. When you need a dependable body shop, we're here to help, repairing all makes and models. Our technicians have over 125 years experience. That means we can repair your vehicle quickly and efficiently. Our department is state-of-the-art with new equipment to get you back on the road quickly. We offer loaner cars during service and free estimates. Germain Honda of Beaver Creek, Route 35, just east of 675 between Xenia and Beaver Creek.
Don't lose out on the perfect house. Get pre-approved today with our 5-minute loan approval, thehomeloanexpert.com.
The Home Loan Expert LLC, NMLS number 1326241.
Attention men under the age of 35. You know what really impresses the ladies? When a guy has a few drinks and later gets pulled over for buzz driving. That could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. There goes let's grab dinner and a movie. Oh, I know. You drive more carefully when you're buzzed. You've proven that hundreds of times. A woman admires that kind of confidence. And you've practiced how to speak if a cop does pull you over. Slowly, clearly, and politely like, "Good evening, officer." A woman admires that kind of foresight. And what woman doesn't find it adorable that you call it buzzed even though the law calls it drunk? You can kiss $10,000 goodbye, along with any chance of having a girlfriend. Because nothing says, "I'm a catch," more than a guy who lives in his parents' basement and calls it my place.
Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
You wanted to see me?
Yes, please, have a seat.
So here's the thing. When this company brought you on, we took a chance on you. You didn't have that 4-year college degree we typically look for.
Right.
But we gave you a shot anyway. And since then, you've worked incredibly hard and given it your all.
Thanks.
You've been an important asset to the team, but I don't think you can be an intern here anymore. We want to hire you.
You're serious?
Absolutely.
Find your next great employee. Introduce yourself to the grads of life. Who are they? Talent worth knowing about. Young adults of unique determination and experience. An ideal fit for your company in an entry-level position, internship, or even mentorship. They might not have every qualification you typically look for, but they're exactly who your company needs.
I won't let you down.
I know.
Don't miss out on a resource many innovative companies have already discovered. Go to gradsoflife.org to learn how to find, cultivate, and train this great pool of untapped talent. Brought to you by the Ad Council and gradsoflife.org.
I'm more resourceful than I thought.
My suit can still make an impression. My video games are still game changers.
And my lamp can bring others a bright future.
Because when I donate my stuff to Goodwill, it helps fund job placement and training for people right in my community.
Now my stuff gets a second chance.
And will give someone in my community a second chance too.
Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. That's goodwill.org. This message brought to you by Goodwill and the Ad Council.
It's the Keith Byars Show, presented by Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, right here on Dayton's home of the Buckeyes, 1410 ESPN Radio.
All right. We're listening to the Keith Byars Radio Show, presented by Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken. The phone number to call is 937-457-9464. You can hit your questions, comments, and concern also to my Twitter page as well, KAB41. I got a co-host in the studio with me today, so this is a different kind of show. Most of you are at home listening and don't want to call, and I understand that. Ron Harper's here in the studio with me, and really this conversation that we're having is just on the radio, because Ron and I talk like this all the time, whether it's a telephone call or we're after a round of golf sitting on the patio talking about the scores, and we talk about current events. So we love to do that, and so now we're opening up this show on the radio, so you guys get a taste of some of the things that we talk about. Now, I don't want to forget about, I got some things written down in front of me, but I want to get to this before we run out of time on the show. It's about last week and a half ago, one of your former teammates, Scottie Pippen, I know he's got a book coming out, and he's got some, his answer to The Last Dance. And I didn't even introduce you as one of the stars of The Last Dance from last summer.
You never see me.
But you starred in it. But yeah, Scottie Pippen made a comment about you guys' former coach, Phil Jackson. And I was going to put it out there because Scottie Pippen called Phil Jackson a racist. So I'm going to ask you, is Phil Jackson a racist?
No way necessary. My view, I love Coach Phil. He's a honest guy, a great coach who respects players that love to play. I don't know what kind of – I know Scottie had a pretty good relationship with Coach Phil when I was on the team. I know early in his career, they had a fallout on the last second game play shot. But other than that, I think Phil always stood by most of his players and by all of his players. So I didn't really see that point. I didn't see that point as being said. I don't think it was the right thing, but it's his opinion, his thought process. He got a book. He want to be out in the limelight, being seen, all that. But I don't see Coach Phil as that way. Right. And I talked to Pitt, and I told Pitt that wasn't right.
Yeah, okay, well, there it is. You picked up the phone, you called him, told him that. You're on the inside looking out. I'm on the outside looking in. But from my perspective, from the outside looking in, I agree with you 100%. Now, you can disagree on a decision that a coach makes. That don't make it racist.
No, I mean, I pray for guys that we didn't see eye to eye at times in the game because, you're a competitor. You want to get the last shot or last play. You want this and that. But to be called something that's wrong, that's not what you are, it's not right.
It's not right. Well, Phil Jackson was your last head coach International Basketball Association. What about your first coach?
Lenny Wilkins, my
the
man.
great Lenny Wilkins. How good a coach was he for you?
I got a lot of respect for that man. He was probably one of my greatest coaches that I ever had. You know, he don't get a lot of credit. You know, he won a championship with the Seattle Supersonics. If they didn't trade me from Cleveland Cavaliers, he would have won a championship in Cleveland too. He's a guy who really loves the game, loves the players, respect the ball game, make you work hard and make you grow as a player on the court and off the court. Me and him always had a lot of deep conversations about playing, but off the court stuff too. I mean, everybody thought I was a bad guy. Everybody thought I was out there doing drugs and everything. And he will always pull me to the side and go, don't let people change who you are. You're not a bad guy. You're not doing those things. Everybody ain't going to be on your side. When it affects you from playing the game, that's when I will talk to you. But you work hard. You're in the gym first. Last guy out in the gym at 9:30 at night, 10:30 at night, shooting, then, doing stuff to improve. He said, everybody ain't going to see the stuff. So you can't make everybody damn happy. Just make yourself happy, and that was when I knew I was on the right way to being a good basketball player. When your head coach tells you don't change.
Well, that is very important what you just said also, because your first coach can set the tone for the rest of your career, especially when you get a good coach. And if you get a bad first coach, that can also affect the rest of your career.
No
I was
doubt.
fortunate. I had Buddy Ryan for the Philadelphia Eagles. He was like a player's coach. He was a straight shooter, told you right from wrong, whether you agree with him or not. He always told you the truth, and you can respect that. And as I went on in my career, I wanted more coaches like that, so I gravitated toward those type of coaches. Buddy Ryan, Bill Parcells.
Believe me, I can name a line of coaches who I had that you'd be like, huh? He coached?
Now, you told me a story. I want you to
Bobby Wise.
Exactly.
Dick Schrader. I was like, what the hell I got myself into? Who are you guys?
Now, when your early years with the Cavaliers, you told me the story a few years ago. You guys are playing, I think, Washington. Who's the big, tall guy that loved to block shots?
Manu Bo.
And you said Lenny gave you the game plan. He said, Ron, I want you to take the ball to the hole, because when Bo comes in, he's doing one job, block shots.
Yeah.
You drive it and you kick. I don't want you to try to sit there and dunk the ball over him. He didn't even block your shot.
Well,
and you didn't listen to that night.
I was young. I was just got in the league, and I was 21 years old. I could jump on top of the backboard. I'm young. I'm a dunk on this guy. And my mindset.
You want to put him on your post.
My coach said, draw and kick, draw and kick, draw and kick. And my mind was, if I get a chance, I'm posterizing this guy. In the first half, Manu Bo had 6 block shots, all on Ron Harper. We go to halftime. Coach going over the game plan. Ron, didn't I tell you draw and kick? In my mind, I'm going to get him.
You got one more chance. 7's going to be your lucky number.
He said, you block your shot one more time, I'm sending Craig Elo in. You ain't going to play the rest of the game. We come back out, my new ball come in like the 4 minutes left in the third quarter. Young Ron Harper gets the ball on the wing, screen and roll, get to the front of the rim. Manu Bo blocks my shot.
Number 7.
Out the corner of my eye, I can see Coach tell Craig Elo, go get him. So the play go back down. I get a defensive rebound. I turn and I fell out. Now with a head full of steam, my mind is, I'm gonna get his ass this time. I get up in the air, Manu jump. I got the ball on my right hand. He got a hand there. I switch to my left hand and went around him and dunked it on him.
Ooh.
I looked over at my basketball coach.
Your chest sticking all out.
I told you I could get him. I could get him. He said, Craig, get him out. That's the last time I played that game. Sub for Ron Harper. Hello, in for Harper. I just laughed, man. Me and the coach, I went down there. The coach come down there. 1 for 8 ain't bad.
So you learned a lesson.
Learn a lesson.
Okay,
the moral of the story is don't give up on your dream. You can still duck on it.
Oh boy. Okay. Well. Real quick, tell me that one more Manute Bowl story.
So
when you about the car.
Oh, so Manute, so Spud Webb and Manute was good friend, and me and Spud is good friend. So we playing in EC. And Spud said Manute is going to take you out. So
after the game,
we playing the game, and Manute like, Ronnie, we going up. My car parked outside in the back. Manute was driving a Ford Bronco 2.
Not the OJ Bronco, the
smaller version. So I opened the passenger door, put my stuff in, get in the truck. Come and look to my right where the driver's seat was supposed to be. There was no driver's seat. Manute Bowl.
You got to customize
Bronco too. Don't forget, he's 7'6" now. He's 7'6". So he gets in, he sits in the back seat. And I'm trying to have a conversation, and I got to keep turning my head to the back seat.
You're sitting in the front seat.
I was in the front seat.
Front passenger seat, and you turn it to the back.
Oh, man. Rest in peace, Manute Bowl. Number love, my brother. We miss you.
Ron, you said all you saw was legs and arms.
That's all I saw, legs and arms.
Operating this vehicle. You said, Lord, if you get me out this car, I promise I won't get back in.
I promise you, I'll take the cab home. We go eat, I'm in the cab home.
Oh, well. Okay, all right, man alive. These are tales, stories from the NBA, which you will never, ever see. But now everyone, is tweeting, and asking me tell us some Michael Jordan stories. Tell us, something, one of your stories. That's too many to tell. But give me one of your, give me a magic. No, I said it before the break. I want to get to this Michael Jordan story. When you signed with the Bulls that summer, now you have your own routine for your summer workouts, things that you like to do, and it's held you successful enough at that point in your NBA career. Then Michael Jordan calls you and tells you what you're going to do for that summer in Chicago.
Well, the problem was the year that I signed Bull, MJ was retired.
That's right.
So I really didn't train that hard. So when we got to training camp, and we was at training camp, and MJ used to be in the gym every day for us, and he going hard. I'm like, you got to come back and play basketball again. I ain't coming back and play no more basketball. So when he comes back right at the All-Star break, he comes back. I'm back. He comes up to me. I train at 9 o'clock. We didn't have practice till 10:30. So I train right before practice. MJ come to me and go, we're going to train at 6:45. I'm thinking 6:45 in the afternoon, in the evening.
Yeah, you have no problem. 6:45.
No problem. 6:45. I'm in for that now. 6:45. He go, now 6:45 a.m. He said, come to my house.
What you want for breakfast?
No, not even that. So we get over there, we go to the guard gate. Got to ring the house hold to go downstairs. So I'm downstairs. Me and MJ trainer, him, he said, MJ be down right. He be down soon. MJ walked down with a cigar in his mouth and a cup of coffee, and let's go. And to watch the way that he trained, and to watch the way that he trained, and the way I used to train, it's night and day. He hitting it hard. It's like a 45-minute hour workout. It ain't like sit there, talk about Sports Center, the highlights, all that. It's like, he doing stuff. I'm like, I never thought about this before. So I got up with him about 3 weeks of doing it. I felt like a different basketball player. I felt in better shape. I felt good. I knew I was back. And here's a guy who loves the game, but worked extremely hard at what he done. His workout was unbelievable crazy.
Unbelievable.
And so I was like, man. And so I'm sitting there. One day we sitting at the house, me, him, Scotty, and we looked at the door, and here go who? A young Tiger. And he goes, man, y'all train hard. And I'm like, MJ said, you want to be the best player, you got to get yourself in great game shape. So that's when Tiger Woods started to do the stuff that he did to make him the best player of all time. But MJ stories are deep because he is the funniest guy and he don't forget anything. One day we playing a card, and we always play a card on the airplane. We always play for our so we was going on a road trip and we playing cards. The plane started going down. The game started at 20 bucks. When the plane started going down, it gets to 40. Then the 40 get to 80. It gets to 100. It gets to 500. So now
you're out of per diem.
So now I lose all my per diem. It's Scotty, Jack Haley, Randy Brown, and me. So, somewhere like that, 4 or 5 of us. So I asked MJ, I said, MJ, can I, borrow some cash? He used to carry this black bag around that had about 20,000 in it.
Wow.
So he just threw me the bag. Here, just threw me the bag. I took like 2,000-3,000 out. Threw in the bag back. He didn't know how much I took out. About 2-3 weeks go by, and I'm a paying back now.
Right.
So I give him the cash, hit Mike on the plane. Here you go, man. He's like, what's this for? I said, I don't owe you any damn cash. And he goes to me, yeah, I remember when we were playing, the plane was going down. Get some cash out the bag. I said, damn, he don't forget nothing.
He don't forget nothing.
He don't forget nothing. I'm trying to get away.
He's like, no, I ain't forgot that.
Nah, come on back over here, Holmes. I like, man, I thought I had him too, Keith. I thought I had him too.
He thought he had him. Not so. He has a long memory.
He got a memory, boy.
Well established. I mean,
the funny thing about him is, the funny part about him is, everybody, he's a competitive guy. We shoot pool, ping pong, we do all that stuff. One day we was playing out in Seattle. I did hurt. So Sean, Sean Springs, Ohio State.
Sure.
I raised Sean Springs at my house in the Cleveland. So I knew Sean. So MJ like, don't leave me. So Sean called me. Sean picked me up. We go down the street and shoot pool. It's about 25 pool tables. There's only like 4 pool tables being used at the time. In Seattle. It's raining outside like it always do up there, rain. So MJ called my phone. Back then, you had that big cell phone.
Oh, that brick. Yeah.
So I answered the brick. Where are you at? What you doing? I said, Sean Springs picked me up. We just down here shooting pool. If you want to invite MJ, he's going to come with 4 security guards.
Yeah.
So he comes in. It's about 8:30, 9 o'clock. About 9:45, it was standing room in this pool hall.
Wow.
Everybody
word got out.
The word got out. Phone was ringing. I said, that's why I don't take you nowhere with me. He said, what? Take me anywhere with you? I'll take you everywhere with me. I said, yeah, but I expect the crowd when it's just you and me, but not when it's just me and Sean.
Exactly. Now, I'm going to tell you one of my MJ stories, Michael Jordan stories. I'm on vacation in the Bahamas and at the Atlantis Hotel. Mike's got the bridge suite.
The bridge suite.
So me and Chris Carter's over there. So we happened to, they said, Michael Jordan is here, woo, woo, woo. So we ran into Mike. Mike said, y'all playing golf? Of course we playing golf. He said, all right, well, y'all can play with me tomorrow. All right, no problem. What time we going to play? Be in the lobby at 6 o'clock. We got balls in the air at 6:18. You're on vacation, Mike. What is so?
Not with him.
And he was dead serious.
Not with him.
I'm like, okay, all right, fine. So we waiting in the lobby. Here comes Mike down from the suite. Let's go. Jumped in the car. And this is before they built the newer golf course over there. This was the old school golf course. Balls in the air, 6:18. Okay, we done played 18 holes of golf. It is now 9:30. Where y'all going? We ain't done. We just played 18 holes, Mike. No, man.
36.
We're going 36. We're going to play another 18. So we're in the midst of the second 18. People, like you said, people hear about Michael Jordan and they just come like the Pied Piper.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody drove a car onto the golf course and got like, man, that's not a golf, that's a car. People jumped out the car and hey, Michael Jordan, will you sign this? I'm like, dog, Mike, put was driving the car onto the golf course just to get your autograph.
I can believe it, Keith.
I was like, wow. So now we played 18 holes. It's 1:30. Mike said, where y'all going? Hey, Mike, well, I can't get my kids. I got to go. Oh, man, you guys, he trash talked us. Man, you guys are terrible. So Mike played another 18 holes. He played 54 holes of golf.
This guy.
And he said, we're going to do it again tomorrow. No, I'm good.
This guy, we were playing the Miami Heat in the playoff. We had, we were supposed to have shoot around.
Okay.
MJ said, Phil, we may want to cancel shoot around, just do a film and eat thing. Phil said, okay, bet. We get out of film at about 11:15.
And the game is at 7:30?
Game is 7:30.
7:30.
He looks at me, he go ball in the air at 11:45. I said, what? He said, we're going to go play golf at 11:45. I said, man, I can't do you.
We got a game tonight. I can't be out in the sun for 4 hours.
You, man. He came back. I came back in. Cause back then, we used to eat, SP and me and Scotty, we could get a, room service sent to somebody's room. You would go to Scotty room, MJ room, to my room. So Scotty and me sitting there eating, about 5, the door come open, MJ come in.
Hot off the golf course, sweating and everything else.
Eat his steak and potato. Pilot, we could get dressed, go to the bus, get warmed up. He dropped 45.
Oh my gosh.
I did like this. I said, man, he's special.
He's special.
I said, because I'll be dead tired. Knowing he out there smoking 4 cigars. That man, I never saw.
2 aside. 2 cigars aside.
2 cigars aside. I left that man one night in Las Vegas at 3:45 with a big cigar in his mouth. Called me the hotel at 6:15. I get in the car at 6:13. He in there smoking.
Wow.
We played 36 holes.
I think it's something in the water in North Carolina.
I think it's something in the water.
Because him and Lawrence Taylor do not require much sleep.
I said
never late for a tea time, neither one of them.
MJ,
always on time.
I'll tell you right now, MJ gets probably 3 to 5 hours of sleep a night.
And I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it.
Don't sleep more than that. Listen, I've been with the man. Dude, I'm tired. I'm taking a nap. A nap? What's a nap? When I close my door.
Because just like what I was telling you, when the day he played 54 holes over in the Bahamas, he had been doing that like 2 and 3 days in a row. And when he got back to the hotel, I said, because the movie Space Jam was coming out this weekend, I had my kids, and I said, Mike, when you come back to the hotel, just call me because, my kids never they don't want no autograph. They just want to take a picture with you. He's like, okay, cool. He called me when he got back to the hotel. I met him down there, take a picture with him. The kids, they were talking about Space Jam. And they didn't even want to talk about his basketball career. They just knowing from the movies. And he was going to eat dinner and then come back and play in the casino till about whatever time in the morning, 2, 3 o'clock. And then it's going to be again 6 o'clock in the lobby. They're going to play another 54 holes of golf.
Do not sleep.
Does not. There's something in the water in North Carolina Chapel.
To this day, he still don't sleep.
It's the same way.
Man, he fish.
Well, he's added that to his resume since retirement, right?
He fish. He got a boat now. They go out. I'm down there playing golf. I call him up. We play golf 2 days straight. Third day, I called him up. Hey, man, we're going to play golf today. He said, I'm going to fish. I said, how long you going out there for on the boat? He said, it takes us about an hour and a half, 2 hours. We're going to fish about 3, 4 hours. Be back in like 2, 3 hours. I said, man, you going to have a good time.
Have a good time.
I ain't going to be on boat that long with nobody.
Yeah. And what do they catch? They sport fishing. They're catching marlins and marlins, tunas,
amberjack, everything. They catch everything.
Yeah, I can fish maybe once every 2 years like that. The Dolphins used to have a fishing tournament.
As long as I can see dry land, I can fish. If we get past not seeing dry land, we have a problem.
I don't want to be on Gilligan's Island.
No, with a helicopter, I need to get off this boat.
Well, Justin, you got any questions before we go? Any questions from our producer? You're good. Harp, you got any final thoughts for your people here in Dayton, Ohio?
Man, the final thought for these young kids, man, who chasing whatever dreams you have, man. We all get a chance, man. This is your opportunity. Take advantage of your opportunity. Don't let nobody try to hold you back. Chase whatever dreams, whatever goals you have. Get an education. Be thankful as you can. Stay out of these streets. There's nothing good come out these streets. Education, working hard, and chasing dreams. That will make you a better person every day in life.
And with that being said, you're a recipient of some of my dreams do come true.
Yes,
we were the same kids that Ron's talking to. We were you. So dreams do come true. So don't believe that, not just for the next person, they're for you also. Dreams do come true. With that being said, my friend, Ron, thanks for coming. Anytime you're in town, anytime you feel like calling in, you got a hotline. You always got a seat. Here's fresh for you. Guys, you've been listening to the Keith Byars radio show presented by Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken. And we always end every show. Get out and do random acts of kindness for your fellow man. Thanks again. See you next week.
It's the Keith Byars Show, presented by Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, right here on Dayton's home of the Buckeyes, 1410 ESPN.